Hey everybody, welcome back. This is episode number 9 of Let's Play Pokemon Red, and before we challenge the Vermilion Gym, I just wanted to show you something that I remember being in this version. We'll see if it actually is, but it's something I didn't know about until many times after I'd beaten this game. But when I discovered this, you can actually cut the grass with the move Cut. Now, how many of you guys knew that? Even those of you who played this game, I would expect had never tried that before. And you can keep going. You can cut down all the grass in the game, and of course it comes back when you leave the route and then return. Well, wait a minute, I didn't actually leave the route there. Alright, music has changed. And the grass has grown back. But that's still really cool if you don't want to face wild Pokemon, or if you want to carve out your name in the grass. That's just a really awesome, almost an Easter egg feature that they put into the game, but they never really elaborated upon. And as you can see here, I did grab Dugtrio from the PC to replace Diglett, because he's more powerful, and there is that off chance we might end up needing him. But we'll see how it goes. Yo, champion making! Lieutenant Surge has a nickname. People refer to him as the Lightning American. He's an expert on electric Pokemon. Birds and water Pokemon are at risk. Beware of paralysis too. Lieutenant Surge is very cautious. You'll have to break a code to get to him. And of course, let's see who's been here. Winning trainers, Joe. Always one step ahead of us. So, basically you have to find switches in the trash can. Before we do that, though, let's face these trainers. Get them out of the way. No place for kids. I'll have you know I already have 2 badges, and I'm looking to get a 3rd. He's got a Pikachu. Like I said before, there are only a few electric types in this generation. There are 6 lines, I guess 9 in total. Yeah, 9 in total. And I believe all of the Pokemon here actually come from the Pikachu, Magnemite, and Voltorb lines. I don't think anybody has an Electabuzz or a Jolteon, and I know they don't have a Zapdos. It would be really cool though if Lieutenant Surge's best Pokemon had been Electabuzz. I think that would have been pretty cool, but it's not. If my memory is correct, as I said before, I think he just has a Magneton. A Rocker. Forgot about these guys. I did remember the name as soon as I saw his sprite, though. Didn't need to see it. Alright, he's got a Voltorb, and Voltorb, of course, is very fast. But its attack is not that high. Let's use a Bite to finish him off. Sonic Boom. It's a pretty good move. It does 20 damage no matter what. So at this stage in the game, 20 damage is obviously way more than he would have done with Tackle. Level 30. Very awesome. I don't think Mega Punch will defeat it, so let's just try to do 2 bites, since Bite is guaranteed to hit here. Magnemite can learn Sonic Boom as well, but he didn't use it. And another Voltorb, same strategy, 2 bites should make quick work of this Pokemon. It's a good thing these guys do not have electric moves, or Wartortle would be in trouble. But if they do have electric moves, they're not using them. I feel like maybe Magnemite has Thunder Shock, but Voltorb doesn't learn it. Not sure how that works. And we have a gentleman back here. Let's see what Pokemon he has. When I was in the army, Lieutenant Surge was my strict CO. Commanding officer. That's another thing I remembered about this generation. I think all the gym leaders tend to have like one trainer who's like their number 2. Who tends to have like one good Pokemon and stands right in front of them. Brock obviously only had one trainer. I know Misty had that girl right in front of her. This guy's in front of Lieutenant Surge. I don't remember if that happens in other gyms or not. So we are paralyzed. That means we're going to need a quick run to the Pokemon Center before we take on the Lieutenant. That's another reason I wanted to wait to do the switches. So if you'll forgive me, we're going to run back to the Pokemon Center real quickly. And we have to use Cut again, of course. This just hacked away. Honestly, we probably didn't need to heal up Wartortle because we do have Dugtrio as a backup. And I'd honestly be surprised if Nidoqueen can't sweep his team, but it is a gym leader battle, so I don't want to underestimate Lieutenant Surge. We might as well make sure we're at our best when fighting his best. That is one thing they don't have in this game, is gym leader rematches. That would have been cool. Or even Elite Four rematches besides the default. You know, you can beat the Elite Four as many times as you want to, but their Pokemon never get any stronger. Alright, so now we have to look for switches in here. And when you find a switch, the second switch is in one of the trash cans next to it. I don't remember if it's random or not. If it's not random, I don't remember where the switch is, though. Only trash here. Let's try the front row. Alright, we're getting down to the last few. I think I skipped one or two up here. It's got to be one of these then. Hey, there's a switch. So, it could either be this one or it could be that one. Let's try this one. Nope, it reset. Alright, try this again. Eventually you'll get lucky. I'm just going to go up and down these rows till we find the switch. Okay, that's row 1. Only trash there. Should probably just go back and forth here. Hey, a switch. Okay, so time to take a guess. Let's keep guessing the side one. Ah, wrong again. Alright, third time's the charm, right? I do remember this gym being annoying, and this is why. But the second switch is definitely one of the trash cans around the first one. Otherwise, this would be even more difficult and time-consuming. Alright, it's here again. I wonder if it's always the same based on the first one. I guess it is, or at least in this case it happened to be. We have found the second switch, and the door has opened. Alright, Lieutenant Surge, what does this do? Only trash here. Crammed full of Pokemon books. Makes sense. Hey kid, what do you think you're doing here? You won't live long in combat, that's for sure. I tell you kid, electric Pokemon saved me during the war. They zap my enemies into paralysis. The same as I'll do to you. Yeah, these guys are not holding back. Alright, Lieutenant Surge has led with a Voltorb. And we lead with Pal, our Wartortle. Let's go with Mega Punch. And he's using an X speed on Voltorb. I don't think he actually needed that. Voltorb is already very fast. One more attack should finish it off. Screech. Lowered my defenses by quite a bit. Luckily, or unluckily, electric moves. Oh, he does have a Pikachu. Okay, I guess it's Voltorb, Pikachu, and Magneton? That might be right. And I think a Mega Punch should finish off Pikachu. It did. Alright, so far so good. One more Pokemon. Raichu! He did have a Raichu. Huh, I must be thinking of, like, Watson from Generation 3. I know in Yellow, Lieutenant Surge just has a Raichu, but I honestly do not remember him having a Raichu here. Alright, very cool, though. Let's go with Mega Punch. He's using an X speed on Raichu again. Probably didn't need it, because Raichu is already very fast. Thunderbolt. Lieutenant Surge's signature move, that is going to hurt. Did even more than I thought it would. It's okay, pal. Get some damage on him. Thunder Shock. That should finish me off. But that's okay. Wartortle was at a disadvantage there, but our Nidoqueen will have an advantage because, being ground type, she is immune to all electric attacks. And I wonder if Raichu even knows any non-electric attacks. Maybe not. So an easy way to beat this gym is just to use a ground-type Pokemon. Whoa, you're the real deal, kid! Fine then, take the Thunder Badge. The Thunder Badge cranks up your Pokemon's speed. It also lets your Pokemon fly anytime, kid. You're special, kid. Take this. TM24, a very good TM. TM24 contains Thunderbolt. Teach it to an electric Pokemon. I'm not going to do that, but I am going to hang on to Thunderbolt. Because I do want to use it against, or for, one of our later Pokemon. Ooh, that match was electric. That it was. That it was. Well, alright, that is it for Vermilion City. And we have now finished, I guess, the first third of the game or so, you could say. One of the things I really like about this generation, and that I think it did well, was that you can... It very easily divided the game up into, like, 3 big sections. Like, this is the first third of the game, and then you kind of do all the rest of the stuff on the mainland. And then when you finally get Surf and head on to the last 2 gyms in the Pokemon League, that's like the last main third. You could even argue that Mount Moon might be one of the dividing lines, maybe into quarters, but I think we are probably about at the 1/3 point, as far as time goes at least. But I suppose you guys can know that better than me just by looking at the playlist. Alright, I'll put TM24 in the PC a little later on. But for now, I want to head back to the tunnel and head north towards Cerulean. Unfortunately, the game makes you dismount your bicycle to go through the gatehouses, but you can ride your bike inside these tunnels to make them go by faster. And once again, it's bicycle time. I was thinking too, I'm pretty sure you could use Select to rearrange your items in this game, but even if you couldn't, it's possible to rearrange them using the PC. The order you withdraw them and deposit them can allow you to change your items, so it's possible that that's the way we used to do it. But I really thought you could use Select. Alright, now that we have Cut and we also have Flash, we should be in good shape for what is yet to come. But first, a Pokemon battle. Probably a lass, I'm thinking. I'm gonna guess she has a Pidgey and an Nidoran female. Oh, and 2 other Pokemon. Nope, I was wrong. She has an Oddish. Was a stab in the dark. Alright, let's use our Mega Punch. That should take care of Oddish. It's only level 18. Not too tough of a foe. And a Bellsprout. 2 semi-decent grass types. Both the first stages of 3-stage evolutionary lines. Withdraw. I don't know. Do we have... I could get rid of Tail Whip, I guess. I don't really use that. I'm not really sure I'm going to use Withdraw either, but why not? It's a new move. Another Oddish. Well, now I'm thinking she probably has another Bellsprout. Gotta admit, I'm a little scared of Grass-type Pokemon, because they have, like, Poison Powder and Paralyze Powder, or Stun Spore, I guess it's called. Also known as Paralyze Powder. I'm going to try to use Bite. Hopefully that's enough to defeat Bellsprout in one attack. It is. Good. You guys remember the episode of the Pokemon League where Ash faces that Bellsprout, which is, like, incredibly powerful and everybody's surprised? I always thought that was weird, how everybody was surprised. It's like, Ash, you fight with a Bulbasaur and a Squirtle, and you're surprised that a Bellsprout is that powerful? Apparently, anime levels don't work the same way. Teleport. Not the best move in the world. I'm not going to teach it to any Pokemon. Let's face this guy real quick, though. Great, I was bored, eh? Well, you are just kind of standing around here doing nothing. And he wants to fight. Of course he does. I think all the trainers in this game, I think they all stand still, come to think of it. I'm trying to think of any of them that have been moving around. But that's something that happens in other games, in other generations, that I don't think happens in this one. Maybe some bikers, like on Cycling Road. But even there, I'm not entirely sure. We'll have to see. Spinning, too, is something I'm not really sure about. Do they spin it all, or do they all just stand there facing one direction? We'll have to keep an eye out and see. There was a funny little webcomic I saw when Pokemon Go came out about how we always wondered, you know, what these guys were doing here, just standing around, doing nothing, or walking back and forth and back and forth. And then you start playing Pokemon Go, and you go to areas where there's lots of trainers, and what is everybody doing? They're either just standing there, you know, playing the game, or they're walking back and forth, trying to hatch eggs. So, I thought that was pretty funny and pretty accurate that all these years later, we finally can relate to these NPCs. Pokemon Go has essentially turned us all into NPCs. Another Growlithe, that's good. Weak to our Water Gun attack. There's also a video of some guy who was riding his bike up and down this like really long street, trying to hatch eggs. And you know, anybody who's tried to hatch eggs in any of these games before can definitely relate to that. Hey, a Charmander, that's cool. Because I'm sure we've all spent time biking up and down in Goldenrod, hatching those eggs. And in fact, it seems to me like every generation has, the devs have kind of gone out of their way, thankfully, to include a nice open path with no obstacles in it next to every daycare center ever since Gen 2. Gen 2 is probably unintentional, but after that, I've noticed that every single game has it, at least up to Gen 5. I haven't actually noticed if it's in Gen 5. I think it is. Gen 6 I didn't look, but I'm trying to picture it in my head. And I think it might be there too. Alright, we faced a Butterfree, and now we're facing a Beedrill. Fury attack. It's never been the best attack in the world. And let's use Bite. That'll finish off Beedrill. Let's see who's next. A Butterfree, maybe? Another Beedrill. Alright, that shows me. Maybe with the damage variation, I can one-hit KO this guy. Or a crit. That works too. Alright, good job, pal. What? What a total waste of time. Oh, I didn't think so. I got some XP and money out of that. I don't think there's any trainers over here, but I want to check just in case. Just a Rattata. I'm just going to run away from him. Probably be a little faster. My finger instinctively went down to the touch screen on the DS. I'm used to playing Pokemon X. Alright. No trainers up there, but there is a field for catching Pokemon. If that's what you feel like doing. And have we fought this guy? I don't think we have. So let's fight him real quick. Come on, dude. Alright, let's see what this hiker has. Geodude, and what could be next? I'm gonna say a second Geodude. Could be Machop, could be Onix. It was an Onix, alright. It was worth a guess. There really aren't that many rock Pokemon in this generation, at least not ones that common trainers use. Pretty much just Geodude and Onix, and maybe Rhyhorn later on. Rhyhorn is a ground rock Pokemon instead of a rock ground one, though. I know, big difference, right? And we'll face this guy next. There's also Omanite, Omstar, Kabuto, Kabutops, and Aerodactyl, the fossil Pokemon. They're all rock type. But the only trainer in these entire games to use a rock type is Lance of the Elite Four. To use a fossil rock type, I mean. Let's Mega Punch this poor little Caterpie here. Down he goes. And a Weedle, same deal. And a Venonat. First time we've seen a Venonat, another bug type. I always kind of liked Venonat and Venomoth too, mainly Venomoth. I think the reason for that is because it could learn Psybeam and Psychic. So even though it wasn't a Psychic type Pokemon, the fact that it could learn Psychic type attacks was still pretty cool. Since the only Pokemon that resist Psychic moves are other Psychic types. Anything over here? Oh yeah, this guy right here. I'm taking Rock Tunnel to go to Lavender. Well, so are we. Hopefully it's not too annoying to watch all these little battles. I'm trying to make them quick, but I do actually enjoy how many trainers these routes have. That's something that I've noticed has been slowly decreasing over time, to the point where it's kind of almost sad in the new games, where the routes are so small and only have a couple of trainers. I liked it a lot better when it really felt like you were tackling some great journey. And you had to go back and heal your Pokemon a couple times, and slowly but surely make progress. It felt like a real challenge that way. Ekans, let's see if Bite will take down Ekans. Not quite. Oh, don't poison me, don't poison me. Didn't poison me, good. Probably should have used Mega Punch, but I'm a little wary about it just because of that 15% miss chance. Oh, I should use Water Gun. Didn't think there. Sandshrew, of course, is weak to Water Gun, and its special stat is lower than its defense stat, I'm pretty sure. Alright, Junior Trainer has been defeated. Can't measure up. Little tiny field up there, but nothing to see. Ha ha ha, aren't you a little toughie? Well, aren't you a big toughie? Is this a hiker? It's probably a hiker. I'm thinking he has a Geodude and a Machop. Well, I guess he has 3 Pokemon. 2 Geodude and a Machop, then. One of these days I'll get it right. I like fighting hikers though, because their rock Pokemon are doubly weak to water attacks. And there's the Machop. We'll use a Mega Punch on him. And he will Karate Chop us in return. Critical hit. But a bite should finish him off. Time for the last Pokemon. It is another Geodude. And Water Gun should make quick work of him as well. Hey, was I right? Did I call that? I think I called that. Not in that order, but I did call the Pokemon at least. What's that? I like how they don't really say much when you beat them. Is this a female junior trainer? I'm going to say she has a Pidgey and a Clefairy. Although I think I'd probably remember if she had a Clefairy. A Meowth, okay. Now, Meowth is another one of those Pokemon that I always kind of misread. Where's my cursor? I read this as being like, this is its head right here. Like, I didn't realize there's a head behind its paw as well. And like, this was some kind of weird snout thing. Like, we're looking at the side of its face. As opposed to that's its closed eye and not its nose. And that's the head. Does that kind of make sense? Almost like a dinosaur kind of little guy. So, yeah, I totally misread what Meowth looks like there. But it's funny, too, because, you know, this is the first game any of us saw these Pokemon, so that's kind of how I always thought the Pokemon looked until we saw them as other sprites in either Yellow or in the Gen 2 games. And now going back and seeing the sprites again, it's like, oh, okay, now I totally get what they were going for there. But at the time, like with Zubat and Meowth, I just was reading it entirely differently. So there's some water there we can surf down, and actually that takes us to a pretty cool secret area in the game, the Power Plant. Which again is one of those areas that you don't have to go to, it's completely optional. Let's stop by the Pokemon Center here real quick. But I really love that they put whole dungeons in the game like that. That are just these secret areas you can find and tell your friends about. We'll head there a little later on in the Let's Play, once we have Surf. I hear that ghosts haunt Lavender Town. Yes, they do. I sold a useless nugget for 5,000. That reminds me, I did the same thing, off camera. Just to clear up some inventory space. The element types of Pokemon make them stronger than some types and weaker than others. Thank you for that brilliant tip of advice. You could use Cut here to skip these trainer battles, but I'm not going to. Now this girl might have a Clefairy. For some reason, I feel like she might. She's been to a Pokemon gym a couple times, but lost every time. Well, the only way to get better is to practice. She's got a Pikachu. And of course, we have a Wartortle. Oh, that's not good. Oh, Thunder Wave. We'll have to make another trip to the Pokemon Center after this. But I'll probably end the episode after this battle, and then heal off screen, and when we come back, we will take on Rock Tunnel. Clefairy! I thought she had a Clefairy. Let's use Mega Punch. I don't remember if Clefairy has a better defense or special stat. Growl is going to lower my attack, though. So I'll switch to Water Gun after this. Let's see if Water Gun is enough for a 2-hit KO. But one good thing about being paralyzed is we can't be put to sleep. Critical hit. Good job, Wartortle. Junior Trainer has been defeated. Ah, blew it again. Keep training, you'll get there one day. Rock Tunnel. Yep, that's what we're headed to. But alright, this should be a pretty good place to end this episode then. I'm going to go heal up our Pokemon, and when we come back, we will make our way through Rock Tunnel and head to Lavender Town. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time.